remark about national differences. I come from a country where, unfortunately, there seems to be a structural problem and no meeting can start on time. And the higher the level of the participants, usually the longer the delay. But then I was reminded of the many differences in cultures. Last month, I was in Washington, and I was to open a seminar that we were organizing with the International Institute of Communications. We had about 70 participants, and in the room there was a digital clock on the wall. The program said that the conference should be open at 9:10 with a few words of welcome. At about 9:05, the lady that was organizing the conference came to me and suggested I delay by a few minutes because the moderator of the first session had just called. He was not very far, but he was still in the taxi. So that should not have been a problem. But then, between 9:09 and 9:10, all the participants, without being prompted by anyone, they all sat down. At the 9:11, I opened the conference. So there are differences that explain a lot of things. So we have two sessions on obviously the two most interesting parts of the proposals that the European Commission has put on the table. We shall start this morning with net neutrality, which is a complex issue, at least over the time its scope has been narrowed down. I remember when net neutrality almost hijacked the discussions for the revision of the regulatory package in 2008, 2009. But the issues that were being discussed under the heading net neutrality at the time were very different from the ones we are discussing now. I remember that once upon a time, it was necessary to start any discussion about net neutrality by asking people to please spell out what they were referring to. Were they referring to the protection of copyright, to the Hadopi laws, or to something else? Now at least we seem to agree, or at least the discussion on the net neutrality has been concentrating on traffic management and the possibility for telecom providers, for high-speed providers, to offer quality services to customers who would be prepared to pay for them. This is provoking very sharp reaction. I suspect that the intensity of the discussions is directly correlated to the mysteriousness of the subject matter, to the fact that there is not a great understanding of how things actually work in practice. And given that there is still this aspect of black box, a certain number of fears are still, and others have not been able to allay them.